The many beefs of Lil Pump. Let's check it out.
Well-known rappers to ever come.
So, I didn't really listen to Lil Pump that much. It's just not my genre. I've only watched like one video essay on Lil Pump. So, if you guys know, just for reference, about. All right, let's check it out.
Come out of the SoundCloud
That could be a thumbnail right there, right?
wave. He's known around the globe for his otherworldly vocals alongside his genre
I apologize if I was saying Lil Pump. Lil Peep.
defining music. But despite his music being so well known, his life story is less so. And yes, I do know there's a documentary made about his supposed life story, but that was heavily biased, so we can't really take that as concrete fact. But luckily for us, a dedicated group of Peep's fans have come together to research some of the more obscure facts about his life, including a couple issues that he had with other rappers during his time on this earth. Now, this video is not made to paint him in a bad light.
Yeah, I didn't know Lil Pump was actually. Sorry, Lil Peep actually had beefs, yo. So he has actually he actually has beefs.
Light or tear down his legacy or anything like that. It's just here to shine a light on a little bit more lesser known facts about Peep. So without further ado, let's look into the many beefs of Lil Peep.
Yo, I like that beat and I like that animation. That was super cool. Is that a Comedy Central hat?
First of these beefs is the most well known of them all, and that's the issues that Lil Peep had with Ski Mask the Slump God. Now for context, Lil
Beefing with Ski Mask?
Tracy XXX.
Should we call this the many fake beefs of Lil Peep? You know how rappers be fake beefing all the time, or even streamers, right? It's in every sector of the industry.
Tentacion and Ski Mask the Slump God all were friends in 2016, even performing a couple shows together before Tracy ever linked up with Lil
Snap. But if they're actually beefing here, I don't want them to beef, bro. Like I've had beefs before, and I just didn't like getting involved in the beef, bro.
Peep. And it was because of this that Ski Mask the Slump God would go visit Lil Tracy after X got locked up. At the time, Peep had a house in LA where he was living with a couple other members of the Goth Boy clique, including Lil Tracy. So when Ski Mask came to see Lil Tracy, he would also meet up with the rest of the Goth Boy clique. It seems like Lil Peep, Tracy, and Ski were all getting along well because they made a track called New World Order that they would then post on SoundCloud later that night. But
Snap, I didn't know they made a song. Don't know who Lil Tracy is. However, I do know who Ski Mask is. I think I've listened to a few mixtapes.
Things took a bad turn.
And yeah, I'm a Ski Mask fan. Not gonna lie.
After Ski Mask
I haven't listened to his recent work because I've just been working though.
Left the house for a little bit to go hang out with some friends, and when he came back, some of his clothes were actually missing out of his bag, and this is because Young Goth actually decided to steal a couple of them. But
oh, what, stealing designer clothes, man?
Ski didn't initially notice this. He only noticed this after he left the house and got on the plane and decided to tweet about the situation soon after.
So I supposedly lost my luggage at Peep House. Y'all see anyone with my Goyard, do-rag, or clothes, let me know so I can... Oh, snap. This tweet was made so long ago. 7 years ago.
After telling people that he wanted to beat the ass of whoever took his stuff, directing a lot of his anger towards Lil Peep because he was...
Dude, bro, he didn't say beat, he said... like puncture, bro.
The owner of the house, and he thought that he was the one responsible for taking his stuff. And things didn't end there either, because soon after, Ski would post a video of himself on Instagram dissing Lil Peep even further, holding absolutely nothing back. He called Peep a junkie, said he snorted heroin and ketamine, said he humped his friends, and also said he would never work with him again, but he would stay friends with Lil Tracy.
Yeah, that's one reason why I don't want to like become a rapper, yo. I don't think I can live up to the lifestyle.
Okay, nigga. It's okay, though. It's okay. Y'all broke. Broke ass nigga and you a pedophile. Fuck ass boy. I fuck with Tracy, though. Shout out to Tracy. Shout out to Dre. Fuck the rest of them niggas. They some thieves. I ain't gonna do shit myself. I ain't going to jail. Fuck them niggas. Fuck ass boys. Fuck ass boys.
Fuck Lil Peep. You trash.
Lil PP, tell them how y'all hump each other. Tell them how y'all hump each other and say y'all playing.
Jeez.
Tell them how y'all sniff ketamine. Tell them how y'all sniff ketamine and do heroin.
I think it's well. Doesn't he sing about how he does drugs and stuff?
He even doubled down on that by taking Peep's name off of the song they made together. Peep never responded to this, and the beef went cold until January 23rd of 2017 when Ski and Peep randomly went live in a studio together. Yes, that's right. In early 2017, Lil Peep and Ski Mask the Slump God actually went live together in the studio. Now, this live
Oh. The beef has been squashed now. Okay. That was quick.
stream has been lost to
Wait, was he beefing with someone else besides Peep?
history, so we don't really know what happened during it, but we do have this one picture to confirm it did happen. Despite not having a whole lot of context around the situation, we can probably confirm that they must have been on somewhat good terms or they wouldn't be taking pictures and going live together. And you would think that'd be the end of the issues the two had with each other, but in late 2017, Peep randomly decided to tweet about Ski Mask saying that he called him the F slur. Ski Mask then responded saying he was
I'm not, but I just don't trust you if you in the closet and don't say anything until a year later. I don't think Peep ever came out though. Was this screenshot taken on like iPad? Totally looks like it. And I imagine an iPad with like these dimensions. That'd be kind of cool, right? That's actually really cool.
Jamaican and raised different. And the beef basically ended right there because soon after Peep passed away, and after that, Ski Mask never really had anything else bad to say about Peep, calling him a legend in interviews after that point.
Lil Peep has been special. Lil Peep been special. I knew Lil Peep since like I slept at Lil Peep's house. Like me and Lil Peep went through beef, like a lot
Like,
of shit. Like
what do you expect him to do? Disrespect the dead?
Lil Peep has been special. Lil Peep's been fire.
And I know a lot of people would call this fake on Ski Mask's part, but at least he showed respect to Peep after he passed away. As you'll soon see, not every rapper gave Peep so much respect. And another question that many have asked is why did Peep decide to go after Ski Mask so far after their beef had already ended? Well, it seems like in the last few days of Peep's life, he was a totally different person. All the drugs that he was taking combined with the negative feelings he had led him to lash out quite a bit, which once again
Jeez.
will become a running trend
Little Peep Mafia.
throughout the rest of this video. But with that said, let's move
R.I.P. Peep, man.
on to the next. So now that you're aware of the issues that Ski and Peep had throughout most of Peep's life, you would also assume that Ski's best friend X would also
Most of the life, I don't think they had. Did they go to the same school or something?
have problems with Peep as well. And that's kind of true, but as you can see in this DJ Academics live stream, X never really had any personal problems with Peep.
Ski had beef with Lil Peep back in the day, and that's why I had never co-signed him, I never talked to him, I would never do anything with him. But we had similar friends, we knew similar people, and all I would hear was good things about him. But due to my loyalty to Ski,
Is that Academics? Academics had a beard like that?
I would not fuck with, bro.
He only really stayed away from him because of his loyalty to his brother Ski. And that's probably why X decided to hop on the remix of Falling Down after Peep's passing, because he never really had actual issues with the guy. And of course, after somebody passes away, all the problems you have with them definitely seem minute. But now the other side of things,
Sorry guys, I'm trying to work with like thumbnail artists and stuff. Sorry, I don't want to like multitask and stuff, but it's hard.
the issues that Peep had with X are a little bit more hotly contested. Now there's two sides of the story. There's the Fish Narc story and the Fat Nick story. Now Fish Narc says that Peep never really liked X because of the story he told on No Jumper where he talked about beating
Fish Narc. Interesting name. Never heard of him.
up a gay man in prison.
The gay guy in jail. that sounds fucking
Bro,
crazy.
all I know is when he came out that room, the gay nigga was bleeding from out the top of his head, bro. He was just sitting there smiling at me like.
And seeing as how Peep was bisexual, he saw this as a hate crime and decided to take all of his music off of any playlist that also had X's music on it.
He explicitly rejected Triple X for his abuse of women, spent time and money getting Triple X's songs removed from his Spotify playlist, and wouldn't have co-signed that song.
On Fat Nick's side of the story, he said that Peep never really had any problems with XXXTentacion besides what the media had told him.
I talked to Gus, like 5 days before he passed, in my house. We went out the next day to some fucking bar thing. We talked about X, right? Did he disagree with some shit that X did? Yeah, and we talked about it. And I was like, yo, check it. Get back off tour, because it was like a week left of tour. Come down.
Adam 22 clip in the background.
Because he wanted to go jet skiing, work on music, and then we were going to go to London. And I was like, all right, cool, come down, and then we'll go to fucking X's house, and we'll all talk.
So being friends with both X and Pete, Fat Nick decided to set up a meeting between them in 2018, but unfortunately Pete passed away before it could ever happen. And with the bad reputation that Fat Nick has, many have decided to take Fishnark's side of the story as the true story, but there's actually some evidence that proves that maybe Pete didn't really have any problems with
Sorry, I just see this as like, you know, somebody commented on what Sunny V2's videos are like, just like kind of arbitrary beefing right here. Maybe I'm just not seeing it for what it is. Though. I'm sorry. I'm kind of multitasking here, but at the gist of it, let's just hope it. Let's hope it just keeps it arbitrary. Let's hope it doesn't escalate. You know.
X in the first place. Now, the first piece of evidence
Because we don't want another like Tupac situation or.
I have here is Lil Peep actually performed at a DJ set where "Look at Me" was being played.
I didn't even know he beefed with X though.
This was actually meant to be a ski mask show, but he couldn't make it for whatever reason, so the Goth Boy Clique decided to fill in for him. Now, I already know that people are going to say that maybe people wasn't aware that that was an X song, or he just played along because he didn't want.
See, there's one thing that's hard with making reactions, and it's the fact that if you don't know the story before you react to it, it's hard to, because like you're learning about it the first time. So like, occasionally I think I might do like watching the video first before reacting to it live.
Want to ruin the show for everyone else involved, but I do have a second piece of evidence here. This is a comment that Lil Peep left under one of Lil Tracy's live streams, and I'm not here to sway you one way or the other, and I'm sure this can be taken in any context you want, so let me know in the comments below. Are you Team Fishnark or Team Fat Nick? Next up, we got the issues between Lil
Sorry, I just couldn't pay attention to what they were beefing about, man.
Peep and Lil Tracy, and if you don't already know, I already made a video on the Ski Mask beef and the Lil Tracy beef in the past, but I now have more information about it, so I want to do a better job here. So for those of you unaware,
You put the VS like from Street Fighter.
Lil Tracy and Lil Peep made a lot of music together during 2016 and 2017, including 2 tracks called Witchblades and White Wine. These 2 songs in particular got the attention of online publications who started to call Lil Peep the future of emo rap, while leaving
emo rap
Lil Tracy as a footnote. And of course that made Lil Tracy upset, as it would anybody, but that's not all there is to the story, because First Access Entertainment, Lil Peep's label, was actually trying to form a wedge between the two for quite a while.
Snap, he's got a label?
You see, for
so many artists experiment with starting a label.
time in Lil Tracy's life, he was actually homeless, and he would often
If I had the money, I'd be down to
stay at Lil Peep's house to try to stay out of the cold. But once Peep's label
homeless
became aware of that, they actually decided to kick him back out onto the street, and Peep didn't do anything about it. And you would think that'd be enough to destroy their friendship once and for all, but the straw that broke the camel's back was actually when Peep went on a European tour without Tracy and performed Witchblades to a huge audience. And when Tracy saw that, that was the end of their friendship once and for all. Now, at first, Tracy didn't really say anything publicly about the situation, but in DMs, he was going after Peep, saying he was actually going to be
my favorite human. Every situation I get into, I ask myself, what would Tracy do? It's how I stay true to myself. You're my big brother, I always love you.
His ass. However, despite that, the two still performed together in the Peep Show tour during May of that year.
Oh, they stopped beefing.
The final time the two did a show together was at a SoundCloud promo event where Lil Peep came out as a special guest and performed 2 songs with Lil Tracy. Seems like by August of 2017 some more friction was building, but despite that they still appeared together to record the Awful Things music video. After that, things went quiet for about a month besides this one video of Lil Tracy and Lil Raven laughing at something that Lil Peep posted online.
I thought that was always big. Mobile glass shop, that ass.
About to bake another one, on baby.
Oh baby.
Like Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s son.
All this Instagram stuff, I really didn't invest myself into the platform because I didn't have a phone. All these years of stuff I missed out on, but thankfully he made. But there's so much bad things. Like I don't want to encourage like this negativity, you know.
That silence didn't last long because 1 month later, Awful Things would drop officially, and Lil Tracy went absolutely crazy. The song did chart and was doing great overall, but Lil Tracy was not happy. He started going after Goth Boy Clique members, said the song was trash, and asked to be taken off of all Lil Peep's songs.
Lil Peep, take down any song with me on it. Tracy got so easy to hate. Tracy is crazy. Tracy a junkie. Tracy broke. Tracy, oh my god.
Lil Peep did
So much dissing, yo.
attempt to wish Lil Tracy a happy birthday, but he ignored the text. And that exact same day, Lil Tracy actually went on the No Jumper podcast and spoke a little bit more on the split.
Yeah. So let's just throw this out there. When did things start to go wrong between the Lil Peep / Lil Tracy best friends forever relationship that you guys had?
Back when Adam, jeez, dude, I don't even remember when Adam 22 shaved his head like that, bro.
For a while.
He does not sport that look whatsoever now. He does have the MacBook. Wait, does the MacBook light up right there? That'd be so cool if it does. I'm getting a MacBook if it lights up right there.
Well, I would say when it's just like me, I just can't be like a shadow.
He didn't really diss Lil Peep in this interview. He just said he didn't want to be in his shadow anymore and he wasn't going to work with him in the future. A few days after that, Lil Peep was spotted at a meet and greet where a fan asked about Lil Tracy, and Lil Peep said that Lil Tracy needed to get a life.
Yeah, tell Tracy to get a passport.
Tell Tracy to get a life.
Yeah, tell Tracy to get a life.
After that, the two stopped talking about each other and stopped talking to each other in any form, but
He's got the double microphone. Okay. You know, it'd be cool. A diamond microphone.
seems like Lil Tracy.
But just like the microphone piece part, not the rest of it. The rest of it, what material would be good? Gold? That'd be a lot. That'd be a lot. We would have to ask Tracks NYC for that.
Tracy actually had a bit of a change of heart because he did try to go see Lil Peep on the Come Over When You're Sober tour. Despite that though, once again First Access Entertainment would not let him go, so he was never able to see his brother again before he passed away. And of course after Peep's passing, Tracy was completely heartbroken, seen distraught, singing at a show and crying along to Peep's lyrics. And of course he also went crazy on a bunch of other people on Instagram, but that's a whole nother video for another day. After the dust settled,
This happened when I was...
Tracy heavily regretted the beef with Peep, and he even dedicated 2 of his future albums to Peep, as well as singing about him in many of his songs. Because of course, at the end of the day, the two of them were brothers, and no beef could ever tear them apart. Next up, we got
yeah, if they grew up together, for sure.
the beef that Peep had with Black Bear, and a big shout out to Too Busy Balling for helping me on this video. He helped me get a lot of information, but despite that, we weren't able to totally agree on this topic. Mostly because a lot of the information about this beef came out after Peep passed away, so we don't know exactly when it started because a lot of it was just in DMs. It seems like this beef is either over Peep being mad at Black Bear for stealing his style, or the two of them beefing over a girl. Since Peep has passed away, we only really have Black Bear's version of the story, so that's the only version I can tell. So Bear claims that Peep used to be a big fan of him back in 2015, even asking him to do a song, but he never ended up responding to Peep.
He's like, I don't know who you
are,
blah, blah, blah. I was like, scroll up. You said hey to me like in 2015.
He claims that he only...
Hey, if you're going through a situation like that, because there's some that hit me up on Instagram, but I just don't reply to because I get a lot of messages. I still support your dream, fam.
He became aware of Peep in 2017 when Peep started to date Bella Thorne, who was Black Bear's on-again, off-again girlfriend.
And it was all because I unfollowed the girl that he's seeing that I was seeing on and off for like 6 years. He
clearly got under Black Bear's skin, but he didn't really say anything on the topic until late 2017 when people posted a picture
all because of unfollows
of him and his then girlfriend, not Bella Thorne, a different girl, and then Black Bear would comment unfollowed. It's pretty clear that Peep was really pissed off about this situation because he would then message Black Bear claiming he was going to beat his ass before then making the...
I don't know who TF you are, but if you got a problem with me, let me know. Why do so many beefs and stuff happen on IG? It's usually not Facebook. Facebook's a different climate. It's hard for me to explain the current Facebook climate. I'll try to think of it.
The message is public and claiming that Black Bear was homophobic. He then followed that up with a couple Instagram posts claiming that Black Bear actually stole his style. This is where the timeline gets a little bit confused because Lil Peep's song Liar is apparently a diss track aimed at Black Bear, and apparently a music video for this song was actually being filmed as far back as 2016, so it's kind of hard to say really when this broke out. But what we do know is the public Twitter and Instagram beef that broke out between the two happened in the final few days of Peep's life, once again proving that Peep probably wasn't himself in those final few days. And if that's all there was to the beef, we probably wouldn't even be talking about it right now because it wasn't that big of a deal, but it's what happened after Peep's passing that actually made this a whole lot worse because Bear actually decided to continue to diss Peep after his passing. Because soon after,
it feels like I can't even understand because I didn't see it happen live. Like I didn't research it the way he did, but I kind of like understand it on a surface level.
The fact Bear actually appeared in an interview where he just randomly brought up Lil Peep. He wasn't even asked a question about him or anything, where he then attempted to flip the script on Peep, saying that he was actually a copycat of Black Bear.
Just a little disrespectful, man. That he would come to me acting like he didn't know who I was when he hit me like, hey, 2015.
Thank you for the follow.
Sure.
16.
But with him gone now?
And then I shaved my head a week later. He shaved his head. I dyed my hair pink. He dyed his hair pink a week later. I break up with Bella Thorne. He's with Bella Thorne the next week.
This interview was so poorly
You dated Bella Thorne. The Bella Thorne?
received by Peep fans that it actually ended
It's almost like they're brothers from another mother.
up getting taken down. And unfortunately, he wasn't the only person to diss Peep after he passed away. Now, the rest of these beefs, there's not a whole lot of information about them, so I'm sorry if I get anything wrong. We tried to find everything we could on the subject and get it completely correct, but if there's anything wrong, feel free to point it out in the comments below. Next one we have is It's Okay to Cry. Cry was a big fan of Peep in 2015, and the two eventually were able to connect through their mutual connections to Young Goth, appearing together in a group called Heartbreak Club. Eventually even ended up moving into a house together where they made music, dropping 4 whole songs, but it all came to an end suddenly
I like the artwork for this, yo.
when Peep and Goth would move to LA in the middle of the night without
Like, seeing that artwork, you know somebody spent a lot of time making that.
telling It's Okay to Cry. There's some speculation that this actually happened because Young Goth and It's Okay to Cry had issues, and then Goth convinced Peep to
Well, that's an artist.
just move out of
I
the
thought it was a label or something, yo.
blue without telling anybody that it was going to happen. Either way, this put Cry in a really bad situation, and he wasn't able to pay his rent, leading him to become homeless for a couple months afterwards. Cry then tweeted about
Dude, being homeless is terrible.
the situation, dissing both Goth
Tweets are deleted now.
and Peep, and it's uncertain
That's not a tweet. Oh no, that's a YouTube comment.
if the two ever ended up making up before his death. Next up, we got Lil Xan, and this is a pretty stupid one where Lil Peep decided to tweet out that he pooped out Lil Xan, as well as saying that he was Big Xan. This was probably just a joke, but it's also possible that Peep was a little bit jealous of Lil Xan having his breakout song Betrayed, while Lil Peep
Hey, everybody's getting their turn, and
was actually grinding for years, and Lil Xan was only doing music for about 6 months. That's just speculation though, because the tweet came out really
dude, I'd be seeing that with like other creators. At this point, I just accept it. At this point, I'm just happy for them. What else could I be? Just envious? I'm sure everybody feels a little envy every day.
late in Lil Peep's life, so of course nothing really came of it. Seems like maybe Xan took this seriously though, because when he made his tribute post to Peep, he actually mentioned that Peep didn't like him very much, and funnily enough, a little bit of drama came from that too, because for some reason Xan actually decided to Photoshop himself beside Peep, and a lot of his fans weren't very happy about that. Next up we got Russ, and it's kind of uncertain if this was really meant to be a diss at Peep, but after Peep's passing, he decided to wear a shirt that said, "How much Xans and lean do you have to do before you realize you're a fucking loser?" And he also tweeted this,
what? He's like, yo, I'm not gonna make the tweet. I'm gonna make the tweet on my shirt. Creative.
day after Peep's pass.
Abusing Xanax and other pills, drugs, etc. in private because you're depressed / other mental issues is one thing, still not good. Constantly recording yourself and doing drugs and putting up pics and videos of doing it when you start choosing to publicly glorify it and make it an image.
He basically decided to go on a big anti-drug tirade the day after Peep's passing, which I do understand what he was trying to get at, but he definitely went about it in a very stupid way. This made a lot of Lil Peep's fans as well as his friends upset, including Fat Nick, Smoke Perp, and Lil Pump, which funnily enough, those are 3 rappers that are very heavy into drugs, so maybe it wasn't so much about Lil Peep. And even Anthony Fantano came out against Russ, which kind of led to the whole narrative of Russ
Even Fantano
being a complete loser that went on in hip-hop for a couple years after this situation. But this isn't the many beefs of Russ, so let's move on. The next beef we got is Lil Peep versus Bones. So as we know, Lil Peep worked with a couple members of Sesh All the Water Boys early on in his career, as well as taking quite a bit of influence from Bones. There's supposed beef broke out when Bones tweeted something saying that corny rappers needed to stop calling themselves rock stars. Now it's not certain if this is actually aimed at Peep, but a lot of his fans thought that it was. After Peep's passing,
Rockstar, bro. There's a rockstar role and a rapper role.
Bones
You can kind of be both. They're kind of the same, but kind of
didn't really say anything about the situation, leading many of Peep's fans to think that he was
Russian subtitles.
actually low-key
Wait, that looks like some new. Like, I've never seen this. Didn't even know he had a back tattoo.
many of Peep's fans that
It looks like a new song. I don't know why.
think that he was actually low-key disrespecting him. Bones would then tweet a somewhat passive
Oh my god, thank you for the support. Sorry. You guys are helping me out. I had to say it.
aggressive tweet paying respects to Peep. Tupor also mentioned in an interview that Peep wouldn't let her listen to Bones, but who knows if that's true or just some BS she made up. There was a minor situation between Peep and Puya where the two basically ended up creating a song together that never dropped.
Julio says, whoever sent me this, thank you. I don't know this one existed. Have you ever made a song with him? And do you all know each other?
Puya said it was a mutual decision, and Peep said that it wasn't. Peep wasn't too happy about this. He tweeted at Puya a couple times, and nothing really came of it. Which leads us to our final beef, Black Cray. Now, this situation is more of a beef between Lil Tracy and Black Cray, but Lil Peep was drug into it. Just like Bones, Black Cray is also an inspiration to Peep and Tracy.
He said drug into it. I thought he was gonna mention.
And he also worked with Tracy and Cold Heart in the past. Created one track with Cold Heart called Emo Kid, as well as another one with Tracy called Goth Ritual. He also worked pretty closely with the Thrax House for a couple years.
I gotta say it here, the footage in the background, it kind of confuses me. Like, so many moving images, but it also doesn't. You know, everything is like partially true, partially false. Nothing is completely true because everything's changing, kind of deal.
Years.
You'll see.
But once it became the Goth Boy Clique and started gaining traction, he noticed how big they were getting and accused them of ripping off his own group, Goth Money Records. And this is when Black Cray decided to drop a diss track on Lil Peep and Tracy called Banned for Life, which many fans renamed to Fuck Lil Tracy and Fuck Lil Peep. Tracy saw this, he lashed out on a live stream saying Fuck Black Cray. It seems like they were able to squash things behind the scenes because in 2018, the two were back to being on good terms. And
wait, Tracy Minaj? Is he related to Nicki?
2023, they actually even dropped a video together on Lyrical Lemonade. It's hard to say if Black Cray and Lil Peep ever made up. Maybe Black Cray decided to drop it after Peep's passing. It's hard to say.
So I think he likes Mercedes. That's what I'm getting here.
But for now, we just don't know. With that said, that is the end of the Lil Peep beefs. If there's any more, leave them in the comments below. That's just the ones I know of. I think I got pretty deep into it, and I don't think Peep had a lot of issues with people during his life, but maybe I'm wrong. Make sure to leave your opinions on these beefs in the comments below, as well as leaving some knife emojis.
Definitely likes Mercedes.
If you're part of Knife
No, it scares me if you show me that.
Gang, or you can just say fuck Young Goth if you want. That would be cool too. We can just get a whole comment section saying fuck Young Goth. Also, if you want to subscribe, that'd be cool. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you could help me out with that, that'd be really cool.
Thank you for watching, fam. Check out Twisted World Descriptions.
Instagram, where I do a lot of stuff that's cool.
Hey, he might get to 10,000. He's blowing up. Like, comment, subscribe, check out, press the join button. Lil Peep with something different. What did I comment, yo? Some video. Alright, thank you for watching, fam.